Hello, we're the PNC Newsgirls, Mia.
And Ma, reading the news 6 days a week because you're too lazy.
Tuesday, September 26th, 2023.
Okay, another extra long Hitler quote today. We are National Socialists. That is to say that... I'm tripping already. That is to say what we understand by word nation is not one class nor one economic group. The nation is, for us, the collective term for all people who speak our language and possess our blood. We see no possibility for pride in the nation if there is a well-fed group of... Is that entrepreneurs?
Yep.
Entrepreneurs, and behind them, the starving and exhausted working people of our nation. National pride is possible only if intellectual and manual laborers, well-fed and with a decent standard of living, can live side by side in harmony. Adolf Hitler.
Qui column. U.S. taxpayers subsidizing small businesses in Ukraine, including designer knitwear. While everyday American taxpayers are battling inflation and struggling to make ends meet, their money is subsidizing small businesses in Ukraine, according to a recent report on CBS News 60 Minutes.
Why not just an hour?
I don't know.
I'm trying to be quirky and different. Anyway. Biden regime poised to allow Israelis to travel to U.S. without visa despite escalating human rights abuses. Israeli Foreign Minister Eli, I don't know if it's a male or female name, so I don't know how to say it. Eli Cohen claimed Monday on Twitter/X that Israel's entry to the visa waiver program is a done deal.
Adam Schniff funneled millions to defense contractors after donations. In two particularly egregious cases, Schiff channeled millions in funding to Smith's Detection and Phasebridge Incorporated, two defense companies within his district, with $6 million steered to Smith's Detection and $3 million to Phasebridge. Both moves would have been barred under reforms adopted in 2010. This financial maneuvering coincided with the Schiff receiving $8,500 in contributions from PMA Group PAC and two family members of Paul Magliochetti?
Magliochetti,
founder and owner of the lobbying firm retained by both defense companies.
Okay. Chuck Schumer's rather interesting reaction to the Bob Menendez indictment is analyzed. Though it probably wasn't surprising to most of them, news of Senator Bob Menendez, what are these names? D and J. What do those mean? And why are they there?
Democrat New Jersey? I don't know.
Democrat New Jersey. Of course that's what
I don't know.
Indictment caused ripples among the Democrats in the Garden State and on Capitol Hill Friday, with some soon determining that the seriousness of the bribery charges against Menendez and his wife Nadine, along with evidence presented, warranted a call for his resignation. Thank you.
Alright, poll column, aka Chaos. Mission to free Assange? Australian parliamentarians in Washington. It was a short stint involving a 6-member delegation of Australian parliamentarians, lobbying members of the U.S. Congress and various relevant officials on one issue: the release of Julian Assange. If extradited to the U.S. from the United Kingdom to face 18 charges, 17 framed with reference to the Oppressive Extinguishing Espionage Act of 1917. The Australian founder of WikiLeaks risks a 175-year prison term.
I once again must state, just say life.
Yeah, just say life at that point, it's the same thing.
Judge in Fulton County Trump case reveals how dangerous this prosecution is to our country. Did former President Donald Trump ask then Assistant Attorney General Jeff Clark's legal opinion concerning Department of Justice options for addressing voting irregularities in Georgia, or did Clark volunteer his legal analysis on the question without the president's prompting?
Don't interfere in our democracy. Slovak election favorite Fico warns Czech president. Former Slovak Prime Minister Robert Fico has accused Czech President Petr Pavel of interfering in the upcoming Slovak elections after he made disparaging remarks about Fico's opposition party to journalists during the annual meeting of the UN General Assembly.
Biden regime seeks to deport German family who's been in U.S. for over 15 years. The Biden regime has finally found a family they want to deport. From WBIR, Morristown family from Germany fears deportation after more than 15 years in the U.S.
How New York City's fine dining elite got pranked by Gen Zers' fake steakhouse, complete with milk servers, celebs, and wedding proposal. The foodie gentry who gathered for their dinner at Mihran's steakhouse this weekend believed they'd at last gotten off the years-long waitlist for a highly exclusive 100-year-old chop house, which finally had an available table at its Lower East Side location. In reality, what some 140 diners experienced this Saturday evening was an elaborate prank pulled off by the 21-year-old AI startup founder and some 65 of his friends. Alright then.
Okay.
Gen Z at its finest.
Yes.
Wonka Gollum.
Africa's coup epidemic. Has democracy failed the continent? A vast majority of people from 34 African countries polled by the independent political survey outfit what? Afrobarometer? In September 2022 said they believe regular, honest, and open elections were the best. How do you say that?
Granitor?
I don't know. Of their interests. But only 44% said elections help voters remove leaders who don't do what the people want. In 19 countries polled regularly since 2008-2009, sentiments against elections as enablers change have risen over 6%.
I will beat you until you die. Black man threatens to kill German lesbians in shocking video. A lesbian couple who kissed each other on a train in Berlin were threatened with murder and told to leave the country. A woman attempting to defend them was also threatened with death. That's so random.
Okay. Outrageous. Brothers who killed Ethan is that Lemming or Liming?
Lemming.
Stomped on his chest, broke his neck, and took his car acquitted of involuntary manslaughter charges. The U.S. Marshals Service last year arrested 3 men accused of fatally beating 17-year-old high school student Ethan Lemming to death outside the school founded by LeBron James in June.
Chicago problem is crime. The mayor's solution is city-run grocery stores. Will the progressive mayor be willing to stop shoplifting at his government-run stores? Asks the Wall Street Journal in its take. Brandon Johnson, grocery mogul. What?
More go. Venezuelan flag planted on Texas island by brazen migrants is taken down by DPS Tactical Marine Unit as the United Nations intervenes in crisis with program to pre-screen 40,000 asylum seekers in Mexico. A Venezuelan flag was planted in the middle of the Rio Grande at the U.S.-Mexico border at Eagle Pass before it was promptly taken down by Texas officials over the weekend.
The nightmare returns. A deadly new bat-borne virus is spreading through Asia. What? Again? We
did this.
We doing this again? The southern Indian state of Kerala recently introduced emergency measures to combat an infectious respiratory disease transmitted by bats. Although we're not talking about COVID-19, but rather the Nipah virus. It was the fourth such outbreak in Kerala since 2018. On this occasion, the state contained the virus within days and limited the fatalities to 2, demonstrating why it has one of the best healthcare systems in India. Okay, that's not too bad, I guess.
Okay.
Just don't let it get out, please. Not again. Not again. Not again.
I don't want to go back to wearing masks and stuff again. Anyways. Taliban weighs using U.S. mass surveillance plan met with China... Hawaii?
I don't know.
The Taliban are creating a large-scale camera surveillance network for Afghan cities that could involve repurposing a plan crafted by the Americans before their 2021 fallout. The Interior Minister's spokesperson told Reuters the authorities seek to supplement thousands of cameras already across the capital, Kabul.
Canada's kingmaker Jagmeet Singh leading Justin Trudeau into India's lethal terror zone. We rarely hear anything thoughtful or coherent from Jagmeet Singh. I don't know. The NDP leader, who is presently exploiting his control over the federal balance of power in Canada. The Trudeau Liberals cannot continue to rule Canada without the backing of the NDP parliamentarians under Singh's command. Instead of trying to use his political influence and improve the lives of the average Canadians, Singh is investing his considerable political capital into advancing the cause of separatism in India.
Okay.
Alright, that is all. Thank you for listening to Mia.
And Maya, read the poem on the central homepage. Do all the good things.
Come back tomorrow for segregated news.